Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vice President, Developer Relations and Ecosystem Development, Research in Motion, Alec Saunders.
All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and certain members of the tech press, we did it again, this time in Thai. On that note, Sawadee Kap, Kuan Yin, Xin Chao. For those of you who don't speak Thai, Mandarin, or Vietnamese, I hope what I just said was welcome. Whatever your native language, welcome to BlackBerry Jam Asia. It's great to see you all here on the last leg of our journey toward the global launch of BlackBerry 10. You know, we just told the world that we'll hold a BlackBerry 10 launch event at the end of January. And we've been building this moment for a year, and the momentum at this point in time is incredible. I've been all over the world, and wherever I go, I see energy, commitment, and enthusiasm, proof that we're doing new and great things together, that together we're succeeding. And I can see that energy right now. Now, it all began last year in October at DevCon, where we first introduced BlackBerry 10. And the reception was amazing. Right after that, we started meeting with developers to discuss ways to support your efforts. And what a difference a year makes, right? I look back to this time last year at our first developer show in this region. How many of you were with us in Singapore last December? Yeah? Good, good. And that's where we really started to see the power of BlackBerry 10 and what it was capable of doing. And more importantly, what it could become in the hands of our best developers. Then we went back on the road, well, really more in the air, but flying around the world, talking with you about how we could continue to improve the experience of developing for BlackBerry 10. And most recently, I met with developers at Jam Americas in September. That was a phenomenal conference, a huge success. And at that show, I saw and I heard the enthusiasm that's going to propel us through this week and right up to the global launch of BlackBerry 10. It was incredibly exciting. So I've got a video here. Take a look.
Excellent HTML5 and CSS3 support.
The SDKs and new web works, of course, you know, with the new changes with HTML5.
BlackBerry 10 lets me develop with a lot of platforms.
I'm very excited about developing with BlackBerry because I received my first check today.
We can monetize in many new ways.
They make really, really high quality, good products.
From everything I've seen and everything I've played with, it's an amazing tool to get things done in 5 seconds.
Amazing user interface.
The swipe gestures are the most amazing thing about BlackBerry 10.
I am stoked about Peak. It is incredible.
And I'm using new features like the keyboard, being able to throw words. It's a different experience, and it's really a lot of fun.
For the HTML5, it's just everything we could ever want and more.
It's the best platform on the planet.
BBM is light years ahead of any other messaging platform out there.
We know they can deliver. We know they're going to give us something that will multitask like nothing else on the market.
It's just an updated, modern mobile experience, and it's the best of all worlds.
They show us a lot of love.
I believe in BlackBerry because they believe in startups.
They care about developers.
They are always thinking about me and making my life easier.
I just want to connect more people and get more people involved.
Together we can change the world.
It's all about BlackBerry, baby.
That's pretty great stuff, right? Yeah? You know why? Because it's real. We just asked developers, what are your reasons to believe in the new platform? And that's what they told us. You know, and that's just the beginning. I know you all have your own reasons for being excited about BlackBerry 10, and you can go down and record them right here in the Jam space at our video booth. And I promise you that by end of Jam, you'll have even more reasons to believe. I'm telling you, this is it. The train is about to pull out of the station. The cutoff date for getting new apps approved in the store to be ready for launch is January 21st. And if you make that date, if you get on board, as we have just seen from our colleagues at Jam Americas, not only are you going to make more money, you're going to make more money than developers on any other platform. Nearly $3,900 on average per app per month. Now, that's not me telling you that. Those numbers are from an independent developer study by Vision Mobile. That's third-party proof. You're going to make more money. It's as simple as that. BlackBerry developers generate, on average, 4% more revenue per app per month than iOS developers, and about 40% more than Android developers, and that is a huge difference. At the same time, iOS apps are 21% more expensive to develop than Android, and 81% more expensive than BlackBerry. When you add all that up, it means fewer dollars out of your pocket and more dollars in. In other words, by any objective measure, BlackBerry developers are positioned to be the most successful in the world. And RIM is committed to helping you become even more successful in the year ahead. Another reason the momentum is building is our new tool set. It's easy to work with, right? Right? Okay. Okay, we've been pushing for 2 years now. We've been porting open source building blocks onto the platform, and if you've worked with BlackBerry 10, you already know this, that you can be productive on that new platform right out of the gate. No learning curve. It's also really easy to port code, including and especially iOS code. One of our evangelists recently told me a story about a guy he'd met on an Apple forum. You might have read this guy's blog. His name is Charles Kalogiru. Now, he didn't know a lot about BlackBerry 10, and he was kind of skeptical. But you know, given the open source building blocks that we put on the platform, he actually knew a lot more than he realized. And to prove it to him, we sent him a device. And in just 3 days, he ported his iOS game, Popcorny, to Playbook and put it into BlackBerry App World for sale. And then he wrote this on his blog, that this was the easiest platform he had ever ported to, and he praised our support for open source and open standards like POSIX. And that's the story of how an apple turned into a BlackBerry. Okay. Bad joke, I know. It was a breakthrough moment for Charles Kalogiru, and you know, he's not alone. I met Jonah Lin from Move at this event last year. Is Jonah in the audience? Yeah. Over there. Good to see you, Jonah. Some of you may know Jonah as the dev group leader from China. What you may not know is about his success in building applications for BlackBerry. In just 3 years, Jonah founded and built a company that now employs 30 people who create applications for BlackBerry platforms. His apps are the most downloaded apps in our storefront today. 23 million downloads in the last 6 months alone. And you know what else? Jonah's close to being the largest monthly earner on BlackBerry today. I won't tell you how much he makes, but it's more than what I make. There are hundreds, if not thousands, more stories just like theirs. So go read the blogs, see for yourself. Breakthroughs are happening all over the world with developers just like you, people at the top of their game who can choose to create for any platform and who choose to work with BlackBerry. And when you take these breakthroughs, the buzz around BlackBerry 10, the amazing work that developers are doing on the platform, and the big names that are committing to BlackBerry, you get momentum. And that momentum has brought us here today on the home stretch of our BlackBerry 10 global launch. A new modern platform built on the foundation of 30 years of innovation from the ground up, creating an experience that's unlike anything you can get on any other mobile platform. So I've got one question for you. I'm going to try my languages again. Kunpom Riyong. Junbei Hao Ma. Junbei Hao. No, Junbei Hao Ma. Bandang Sung Sang. One more time in English. Are you ready? Awesome. Well, we're ready too. We know what's at stake. We know what it takes. The plans, the programs, the tools are here. In some cases, we're actually launching them today. And the Research in Motion folks who are driving those initiatives, they're here too. And they're going to tell you everything you need to know to take advantage of this unique moment. So I want you to remember this. The time is now. There will never be a better time to take advantage of the momentum and be a leader on a new platform. The foundation of everything we're going to be discussing this morning and everything we're going to be doing in the year ahead is the BlackBerry 10 operating system. And as I said, it's unlike anything you'll see on any other mobile platform. It's integrated, it's social, and it's beautiful. These three elements are the elements that distinguish every BlackBerry 10 application. Integrated. BlackBerry 10 allows for total integration across all apps. It all starts with the BlackBerry Hub. All notifications come into one location, including notifications from your app. And this allows the customer to stay connected to everything. Using one gesture, customers will access the hub, so events in your app are visible immediately. Then they navigate to your app with a single touch. There's no need to scroll through dozens of apps. In other words, we've built BlackBerry 10 to allow your apps to become an integral part of the customer experience. Social. You've got a great app. You want to share it. Friends help friends choose your app. You want your customers to share it. So sharing needs to be easy to do. And BlackBerry 10 apps are designed to capture this impulse and build on the heritage of connectedness that the BlackBerry has always offered. We've learned, incidentally, that connected apps, shareable apps, are 15 times more likely to be downloaded than others. So our share framework enables the user to be one gesture away from sharing content without having to leave your app. So everything about the user interface is designed to make your app go viral. And beautiful. With BlackBerry 10, we want to make sure that we provide the best possible experience for our customers. We want your apps to surprise and delight customers as well. So today you're going to see the care and the thought that have been put into this platform and how its adaptive nature allows you to create something that is really unique. And when you add all of this together, integrated, social, beautiful, you get an experience that's unique. You get BlackBerry Flow. Now, in a crowded marketplace, your app needs to be great. And you achieve greatness by taking advantage of the integrated, social, and beautiful foundation of our platform. Applications that are built specifically for BlackBerry 10 will work better. That will create a better user experience. That will result in better reviews and translate into more sales. So take advantage of the features and write apps that are specifically designed for BlackBerry 10. Now, I want to go to the next level of detail. Let's do that. Let's take a closer look at the social component. And here with that story, I'd like you to please welcome our Vice President of BBM and Social Communities, T.A. McCann. Hey, T.A.
Thank you, Alec. And thank you for joining us. I am incredibly excited about being here to show you some of the key elements of the upcoming BlackBerry 10 operating system. But first, as Alec mentioned, I'm fortunate enough to be in charge of BBM and all of our social communities, including Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And I'm thrilled to be here today to discuss how the latest developments in these core areas are going to continue to make BlackBerry the best and most social mobile platform on the planet. I've got to tell you, our social communities are amazing. The BBM community is one of the most engaged and communicative groups I've ever seen. I mean, all of us, we communicate a lot. And we want to make it a lot easier to connect and communicate with BlackBerry 10. So let's get right into it. With that, I'd like to invite Vivek Bhardwaj to the stage, and I can show you some of the enhancements that we've made on BlackBerry 10. Vivek?
Thanks, Theo. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here.
Thanks for joining us, Vivek. Before we dive into BlackBerry 10 social integration, why don't you give us a look at some of the core enhancements that we have on the platform itself?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So we've always looked to make sure we're providing the best possible experience for our users, and we continue to evolve every element of the experience. You can see now that we've got much smarter icons, more color in every application, and everything really just does pop to life. And if you look at the BlackBerry Hub, this now just looks so beautiful.
So it's more polished like every single time I see it. It just looks great.
Exactly.
So now let's talk a little bit about social.
Sure. So social's integrated in BlackBerry 10 like never before, and it actually starts with the BlackBerry Hub, as Alec mentioned. So let's take a look. You can see here how I've got all my different networks, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and even BBM integrated into one place. So you get to your messages really, really quickly. But we've gone a step further now. We've actually integrated the activity between each of these networks. So within LinkedIn or within Twitter, you can actually now tweet straight from the hub. And within Facebook, you can post a status, which I may as well do right now.
So there's no more going in between applications. You can stay focused on who and what's most important and just keep right on flowing through your day. But it's not only about that, it's about productivity too, right?
Absolutely. And I'll just add a quick picture here of something you, I'm sure, saw earlier on. The band is still together, so we'll post that out, and it's as simple as that.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
So the productivity piece is really important, and it's why we chose to integrate the calendar right into the BlackBerry Hub. And it's a distinct purpose. So now I peek, I'm able to look at the calendar, and let's click on a meeting here. Obviously a very important one coming up for us. Daily prep meetings for the BlackBerry 10 launch event in January next year. And you'll see that we've got details of the event, we've got people, and you'll have a look at now what we've managed to pull together. These really rich photos from the networks, so you know exactly who you're meeting.
So those photos are coming from LinkedIn or Twitter or BBM, so you're never walking around the coffee shop trying to figure out who you're meeting with.
Exactly. And lastly, you've got emails that lead up to that meeting, so you're always in the know. Now let's dive deeper into the people view. Since you're here, TA, I may as well pull up some information about you. One of the things you'll notice straight away is how I've got an option to actually connect to you on BBM. Right? So we've actually got this ability to now broaden our network simply by tapping there to connect. And we've built that on all the other social networks as well, whether it's LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook. And we also have experience and education pulled in from LinkedIn. So I can see exactly what you've been doing and where you were educated. And it's good to know that actually you're a board member at Startup Weekend.
That's an amazing organization.
Now let's look further into the updates. So what we're doing here is actually going off to the internet and pulling that information around either the company that you work at, as well as your social updates that will actually start appearing as you begin to tweet or post things to Facebook. And then lastly, an activity timeline, that historical information of the last time we met, the last thing we discussed. All of that is cataloged in this one single view. And the great thing is we've never left the BlackBerry Hub this entire time.
So all that happens automatically. Automatically discovering me on BBM, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, and even news about my companies. So I'm always informed about all the people I'm interacting with.
Exactly.
Pretty amazing.
Now, let me show you how we've enhanced the BBM experience in our Contacts application. So I can jump from here straight into the Contacts app. I've got the information about you again, and as I move across, you'll see, just like we have that filtered view in the BlackBerry Hub, we've built that into Contacts. So if I pull across, I've got all my different filters for all my different networks. Not only that, I can actually pull down my favorites too, and naturally it's all of you guys. Now you'll see that as I move across into BBM, specifically, I've got a list of all my friends. But one of the things we've done now for your entire address book is be able to scan and give you a recommendation of BBM friends too.
So you went through my entire contact list, found all the people I knew, and discovered them on BBM.
Absolutely.
A lot easier to build out your contact list using that feature.
And it's simple. You can connect, whether it's BBM, LinkedIn, or Twitter, simply by hitting the invite. It's that easy.
Pretty amazing. You know, this is especially satisfying for me as the founder of Gist, having come into RIM to build a contacts application, to see this rich 360-degree view of a contact built right into the native platform, all with the support for social. So you can see we've worked pretty hard to make social a core part of the platform. But we also have deep support from the largest social networks on the planet, including Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Foursquare, and all of those are out of the box with BlackBerry 10. These applications are some of the most beautifully designed applications for BlackBerry 10. So let's take a look at one of those. Let's take a look at Facebook.
Sure. So you'll see how fast, how smooth the application is. And one of the things you'll notice is that we've actually taken advantage of a lot of the native controls. So you get this great BlackBerry flow experience right within inside the application. You can see how everything just pops to life, whether it's messages, whether it's notifications, everything is fast, smooth, and responsive. And you'll notice what I just posted there from the BlackBerry Hub is now available for everyone to see.
So it's pretty good support from the world's largest social network, and I know Facebook is pretty popular in this region too, but we also have great support from some of the local partners that you're going to hear about later. So now let's talk about BBM. Today we have over 60 million users worldwide on BBM, and most of you use it every single day. And Asia is our largest and fastest growing region. Today we send over 1 billion messages every single day. And 28 million people are using groups. And countries like Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, and Malaysia are leading the way with some of the largest contact lists of any of our BBM users. I gotta say, you guys are seriously connected, and it's only growing. So we want to reward you with continued innovation. I hope you saw our recent announcement around BBM 7 for BBOS, where now we've added free voice calling straight into BBM. Now you don't have to choose. Text or talk, it's just that simple. And we do all that for free. So we want to evolve the experience from real-time chat to real-time engagement. I can tell you the beta has been amazing. We have over 50,000 downloads, and people have made tens of thousands of calls. And over 75% of those users are brand new to Beta Zone, and most are recommending it to their friends straight away. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly encourage you to try the beta or go and check it out at one of the demo booths outside. Now, we've had so much success with our beta, we're going to make this product available very soon, so all of you can make sure to call your friends around the world and wish them happy holidays. So clearly, we've got a lot of momentum on BBM. Now we want to show you how we're going to take it to another level on BlackBerry 10.
So as we showed you earlier, BBM is built right into the BlackBerry Hub, and we've now introduced it into context, so you get that recommendation. But having a look at the actual application itself, you'll see again how beautiful, how well integrated everything is, whether it's your chats, or whether it's your contacts, or even your groups. Now, one of the things you'll notice as I go to your contacts, and let's select you there, TA, I'm able to actually get a lot of information, whether it's updates, statuses, and even applications that you've downloaded.
So you can learn more about me, but probably more importantly, it's good for developers when you're trying to discover applications.
Exactly.
But you know what? BBM is not just about apps, it's about communicating. It's about communicating quickly. What have we done there integrating the new keyboard?
Sure. So I just hit open chat, and I can start typing straight away. You'll notice in-key next word prediction just allows me to flick words right up to the screen.
You know, I mentioned earlier that we're well connected. Over half of the BBM users have international connections. How do we help them?
Sure. So I got a lot of friends in Spain, and if I want to speak Spanish, I just continue typing in Spanish, and it's that easy. You can see next word predictions, auto correction, everything readjusts so that I get the language that I need.
And how does it work for us in Thailand?
So I've been here a few days, and you'll see as I hold the gesture down, I flick up and let go, we have a Thai keyboard. And as you'd expect, I've only been here a few days, but I think that's welcome. And that's about all I know in Thai right now.
So we just saw 3 different languages all being supported in that conversation. For all of us who are internationally connected, that's pretty sweet. Now, I mentioned earlier how popular groups were. Why don't you show us what we've done there?
Sure. So there's one group in particular that I know people will definitely be interested in, and it's the band. They are still together. You can see that They're actually performing another video very soon. And you can see how everything comes to life with active frames. Just like the home screen, information bubbles up to the surface. So whether it's events, whether it's urgent to-do lists, and that clearly looks pretty urgent to me, or even the chat, everything comes to life right in front of you.
You know, I'm really proud about how far we've taken the product already.
Yeah, and you know, when I look at what we've done for BBM so far, we're connecting people, we're giving you a great messaging experience with local language support, and we're also making sure you've got a great groups experience. Now, there is one more amazing feature in BBM that I do want to talk about today, but we'll save it for launch.
You know, I know exactly the feature you're talking about, and it's going to be pretty cool.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Vivek.
Thanks a lot.
You know, all these are great features for all of us who use BBM on a daily basis. But this is a developer event. This is for you. So let's talk about how BBM can help you be successful. Today, there are over 3,000 BBM connected apps. And developers around the world are using BBM to promote their apps and help to share. Whether it's Foursquare that helps customers share their check-ins, Facebook sharing recent status updates, or PicStory sharing beautiful photos. There's a lot you can do with BBM connected. But I've got to tell you, it's a pretty crowded app marketplace out there, and sometimes it can be hard to get noticed. So you need to activate your users to help share their application with their friends. You need to help demonstrate the unique features of your application. And you know what? We've made this incredibly easy with BBM Connected. In fact, many developers can add BBM functionality in only a few hours. So I challenge you to take advantage of this and build social applications and make them BBM connected. In conclusion, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for driving BBM to be the best mobile-only social network, driving us to continue to innovate with features like BBM Voice. Together, we're making it easier to communicate and connect with more people around the world. And we're putting people at the center of the BlackBerry 10 experience. Together, I think we can ignite the next wave of true social innovation. Thank you very much.